Bitcoin is losing very critical support, and if we get the confirmation today, I am shorting the farm and we can go down all the way back to 26,000 or even lower. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think this is useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, those links are also in the description. Without further ado, let's start diving in. Dit is BTC USDT on the daily, and as you can see right now is that we are right here on the right, just underneath the value area high. And I said a few days ago, if we are losing that and we are getting acceptance back into the range, then it is very most likely that we are going to rotate all the way to the bottom at approximately 26,000. As you can see, yesterday we had a close underneath that very critical value area high level of 29,900, but it was ever so slightly 0.3%. So I'm not super convinced we can still go higher from here and then just rotate all the way back to the top. But if we are now again closing a daily candle today underneath the value area high, that is for me the confirmation we are going lower. Now we'll also definitely try to find on a lower time frame a setup to play the short, to play it all the way to the downside. If we are going higher, then of course we can look here to the top. So let's first look here on the hourly, because we have actually also this range within that much bigger range. And let me get that volume area back on. There you go. And if I now also pull a volume area from this range, then you can see that yeah, we're struggling really to get above the value area high and value area low of the bigger range and of the smaller range. Now there are a few signs that will be saying actually it doesn't look all too bad just from a candle perspective, and that is that we have a 3 taps to the low, which is a strategy to get in or out of a trade. So you have a low here, you have a low here, and you have a low here. So far that actually looks pretty good, and then this low was then higher than this one, so therefore you can say, you know what, we're already breaking here market structure. If I look just from the fib retracement, then we went down to the 78.6 on the fib retracement. So that is actually a nice bounce, but I have to say so far it is all very weak. If I look at the open interest, so the positions that are opening and closing in the market, there are barely any buyers stepping in. There's also something else that happened yesterday that's quite weird, and that is that when we had the small move to the upside, we did not take the liquidity from the tops right here. We left just a little bit, which is a little bit awkward, because therefore you would say, well, you have an extra reason to go back up again. If we are able to go higher here, it needs to happen today, but if we are able to go higher here, find acceptance back into this higher range, go above the macro value area high, go above the intermediate value area low, then there are a few levels I'm looking out for. Actually the first one is just this top, by taking out then also this liquidity and the liquidity here on these two tops. Let me mark them for you, this one and this one. And if we are able to do that, then we still have a very interesting higher level above us, and that is the golden pocket mixed with the value area high. Let me draw that in. And then you can see that it lines up pretty nicely. The golden pocket is just slightly higher, but you can more see this as a range. So that's then starting from 30,800 all the way up to, let's say, 31,000 or 30,950. That could be a nice retracement level. If we are also able to break the value area high, actually then I'm just looking for this top. Something that I have been noticing is that missing the tops or front running levels is really been a bit of a theme here in the last few months, because we also still have this top right here where I said actually I want also this liquidity to be taken before we are maybe rotating to the downside. And then later on I was thinking, well, just open up your mind for the idea that it just might not happen, because everyone and their mother is looking at this higher level of 32,500. But what if we're just not going to reach it? We're just not going to take liquidity. This was the high, and now we are really retracing lower for the next couple months. This could be the 1,800, the yearly high, and then from here on we're going lower. That's maybe a little bit too fast too soon, so we still have quite some movement to the upside to go before we can take those highs. There's quite a lot of resistance, but if we are breaking lower, then I'm really aiming for 26,000-ish. And that could actually be a very swift move, because you can see here that there is just barely any market structure in these candles. So a swift move up can be a swift move down. And if we are then eventually retesting this very area low, well, actually then there's not so much space anymore to go lower to 24,800. And then again we have an area where we had a massive pump up, so no market structure. Swift move up can mean a swift move down. So don't be fooled. At this level where we are right now, finding acceptance back into the range can actually waterfall down pretty fast and may get everyone by surprise. Because I know a lot of traders that were not able to get into a short trade from here, including me. So far the percentage move from the top has not been tremendous, but sometimes you have these structures where it's just very hard to get into a trade. So everyone is maybe looking at very high, retest of golden pocket, taking liquidity, SFPs, these kinds of standard trades, but it's just not coming. And if we then just slowly start waterfalling down, leaving everyone behind, and before you know it, a few weeks in, you are a couple $1,000 lower, and then eventually you could say, okay, that really was the top, and it just leaves everyone without a position. Therefore I'm saying I'm really looking out for today. Closing a candle underneath the value area high is for me confirmation. I don't care anymore if there's a pump during the weekend. That will also cause a CME gap. Today's candle, today's close is going to be very important. Underneath is probably acceptance, rotating back to 26k. That's the first target. Closing above, then we might have higher levels, but be careful, because there is a lot of resistance. So really a make or break point right now for BTC. Hope you like the content. If you do, then please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are also in the description. And see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.